All right, I need to watch this Dr. Lupo cheating thing, dude, just so we can like stop getting information like sporadically and just watch it and move on, okay? Backstory, this was doing like a charity chess thing, got caught cheating his ass off. Let's watch.
Relatively normal. So, one sentence summary of this video. Dr. Lupo, very prominent streamer, content creator, gamer. I know him because he's been streaming for close to a decade. He's very famous also for raising money for St. Jude's. He's raised tons of money. He has very famous streams for that. He played in a chess tournament on chess.com called PogChamps, where streamers participate. He had a really monstrous performance against the top-seeded Wolfie, and ultimately his account was closed for fair play on chess.com.
I should be furious that you cheated in the tournament, but instead, I can't stop thinking about it. The way you broke the rules so shamelessly, like the consequences didn't matter. God, it shouldn't have been hot, but it was. That smug look you had when you got away with it, yeah, that did things to me. If you're that bold in a game, I can't help but wonder what you'd be like when the stakes are much more. Should I type that in his chat? I'm going to type it in Hutch's chat first and see what Hutch says.
It is scratching the itch, we talk about it all the time about how we're all tired of games just regurgitating the same thing that already exists, This game, although it is a
Distraction looter shooter, it feels like it has its own identity. So shamelessly, like the consequences didn't matter. God, it shouldn't have been hot, but it was. The smug look you had when you got away with it, yes, that you did things to me. If you're pulled in a game, I can't help but wonder if you'd like when the stakes are much more intimate.
He doesn't know what intimate means.
I hate when Hutch tries to act like he's capable of having opinions and simple thoughts. Trey, are you good? Are you on crack?
Hutch reads at
He
a
didn't
third
know the
grade
word
level.
intimate.
Hutch doesn't know the word intimate. I did it there for a second. I had to sound it out in my head.
And he put out a social media post just before that explaining that he's actually
Dude must have
withdrawing
been
from the
sweating
tournament
during popcorn reading.
because of something that he did, and he apologized for it. Also, as I'm recording this video, it's actually live streaming literally now. I popped in there for about an hour just to see what he's saying about the situation as well. And when this news first broke, I was like pretty shocked because I don't know much about the gaming community. I stick to chess, but I know that overall, my vague understanding is that Lupo's like a good dude. He's a husband. He's a father. He, like I said, raises money for charity, like big stream.
I'm going to say it, dude. And this isn't even exactly about Lupo. This is just about people in general and streamers, okay? Having been around many streamers and in the industry, whatever, talking to like so many people, knowing so many people, I'm not going to go talking about certain like specific people, but 99% of creators, influencers, whatever, that make their brand specifically about being like such a good person and do all these things to like project that to people are the fakest and like the shittiest of all of them, which is like probably easy, like makes sense, and it's like very easy to like, if you understand people in general, like that's probably the case. But like most of the people that like just virtue signal how good they are not doing it for the right reasons at all.
Streams every year. So I was like, really? This happened? So I'm going to take you through the events, all right? Whether you're a new chess fan or an older chess fan, I'll tell you everything that led up to this. Then I will show you the games.
I love this guy, by the way.
In question, the two
He's
major
the
games
best.
that made it all over social media, and I'll give you my take on the situation, all right? The games were played, and then this came out. I was asleep. It was like 4 a.m. Here in Spain, and Dr. Lupo posted, regarding the chess.com PogChamps tourney, I had a lot of fun playing, but decided to drop out of the event to help maintain competitive integrity for those involved. Having the main stream up on my left monitor over the course of the day today to watch other games being played led to me getting move information I shouldn't have had. That's on me and no one else. That's my, F up. I apologize. You'd think I know better, but here we are. And then, he was mildly provoked and antagonized by, the folks in the comments. Shout out Ludwig. And the streets that he is referring to are Reddit and social media. This post also got like a lot of people writing things like accountability. Sorry to hear that. Good on you for doing the right thing. More on that later. That's, that's kind of a little, silly in my mind. But then chess.com posted, Dr. Lupo has been closed for a fair play violation that occurred during today's PogChamps event. They didn't elaborate. He will be replaced in the console.
So when Levy made this video, Lupo hadn't admitted to using an engine at this point, so we can keep that in mind after we watch the whole thing. But Lupo had not yet, when he made this video, Lupo had not yet admitted that he used an engine like straight up, because he admitted to it like an hour ago. So where is the clip of Lupo today saying it was an engine?
It sucks that I fucked up. And I deserve 100%. I deserve 100% of what people are saying. Using an engine to fix my own fragility is fucking pathetic.
Okay, I'm gonna say it, bro. Like, you can't say it sucks that this happened. Motherfucker, why are you talking about yourself in third person? Like, you're the one that did that shit, bro. You did it. It sucks that I fucked up. Like, dude, yeah, I say that when I fucking dropped like a glass of water and it breaks. You know? Like, what are we doing?
Deserve 100%. I deserve 100% of what people are saying.
This is how you apologize to your girl when you fucking, like, forget to do the dishes and she comes home pissed.
Using an engine to I cheated and then lied about it, and paying the price, man.
All right, let's watch the Gotham Chess video. But I guess at this point that he made the video, he didn't know that Lupo straight up used an engine. At this point, Lupo was still lying, saying that he was just reading his chat.
Cancellation bracket before the start. We wish everyone the best tomorrow and remind everyone that anybody receiving help during a match is a violation of our fair play policy. So basically, he said that he was playing while watching the live stream chat, getting moves, and then ultimately, you know, making them. And yeah, by the way, the chess world not satisfied with this. One of many outspoken folks, Grandmaster Andrew Tang, who posts like once a quarter on social media because he has a full-time job, I think. Really sad, you know, how taking accountability seems to be difficult. Chess players know what you did. It's obvious you did the same thing in your other game against Wolfie. Like, have some respect and apologize properly. And, like, this is where we, you know, currently stand. Then I will touch on quickly how this happened 4 years ago, actually, in a very, very high-profile incident when Vishwanathan Anand from India did a charity simul, and Nikhil Kamath, who is a businessman in India, also had his account, I believe, closed for fair play violations, and ended up making some sort of, you know, post where he said that the game was played for educational purposes, and then Vishy responded, and yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, so here's what I'm gonna say. However people get assistance during a chess game, whether it's through an engine, which is just, you know, Stockfish telling you the best move, inputting the moves, toggling the moves, having a person play on their account, whatever, or, you know, reading chat. A lot of people are tempted to cheat in chess, especially beginners, and like particularly in competitive settings, because it's a very difficult thing to get into, and it can be very, very, very frustrating to lose. Like, especially, you know, because it's a unique game, not like a first-person shooter, which makes you feel really, really dumb, makes you feel like worthless if you lose. It's true. Like, many people just cheat and don't even realize how bad it is. There was a Reddit post like 2 weeks ago in 2025 of a guy whose doctor told him he is a cheater on chess.com and was like, everybody cheats. Like, what's the big deal? It's just chess. This guy's doctor. My first thought was like, can he cheat during surgery? Like, is he gonna like take shortcuts? So
nah, so what he's saying,
I feel like that's
what the way he described it is kind of hard to understand if you don't like play chess. But for example, if you die in Tarkov or a game like DayZ, whatever, a lot of the time you get fucked by your situation, right? Like, maybe you fucking couldn't find any food in DayZ, or maybe somebody was ratting you in Tarkov. So like your ego can fucking like make excuses for yourself, right? Because it's like, it's not always a fair fight or something. But like the thing is with chess, it's always your fault. Like, either they played better than you, or like either you did something really dumb that made you lose, or they did something really good and you weren't as good. Like, either you're fucking better or you're not, or you play better or you don't. So it's like, there is no thing that you can hide behind in your ego. And that's why I like chess so much, because it's like, there's no RNG. There's RNG in life and gaming and everything else that we do, but chess is like that one thing for me, and I guess a lot of other people, that there is none of that. There's no such thing, because it's like it's the same shit. I guess the only RNG you could say is if you get white or black pieces, but like you have a little bit of advantage with white pieces, but not really. What's your chess.com elo? Ass.
You know, it's ridiculous. So many people.
I was like 1200, which is ass, and then I started playing when I was like falling asleep at night, and then I would just like forfeit games because I fell asleep mid game, and now I'm like 1100.
Now, these are the games. This is the game that went viral, but the second game is what people are also talking about, and they're not happy about it. You know, they're not happy about these two games. And, you know, in cases like this, which I will show you and then I will talk about a little bit more after, I do wish, like, I can't defend this on a chess level, on a professional level.
This is what I wanted to see was the games.
Only feel this sort of pain on a human level, which is what I'm saying. Like, beginners are very tempted to do stuff like this. Please don't. And the lesson here is just don't do it. Don't do any form of this because it's quite obvious, especially for beginners.
Chess has a death camp,
and
dude. Chess game reviews are fucking sick. They're so, like, it tells you so much.
Losing sucks in chess, but
this
we're
tells
all
you
kind
who
of
has
in this
the
together.
current
You know, like, I've
advantage
played
in terms of like
live stream
points,
events in video games where I'm terrible and I
material,
lost, and it was a
or
terrible
tempo.
feeling. I sat for 4 hours just like losing again and again and again, and
it'll tell you
Yeah.
like if you made this move, you would have gained this many like material advantage technically or tempo. The current best move. So how they caught Lupo essentially is he kept making the best engine move. Now, like, advanced chess cheaters will purposely not make the best engine move. They'll make like the third or fourth or second or like
PP Buro
maybe
Buro
one
Lupo
really
cheated.
good engine move and then like third best move, fourth best move, like stuff like that. But like he just decided to just best move, like stuff that even a 2000 elo rated player like would not have picked up on or been so consistent in. Like, even the best players in the world don't make the best engine moves consistently, like, ever. Because it's an engine. It's a computer that's thinking 50 moves ahead. It's not a person. 25 in a row is like, you could have won the lottery 3 fucking times before you did that. You know? Like, there's no chance.
yeah, you know, I don't play that game anymore. So I can
You would be
understand.
lucky. You would be lucky to make one perfect engine move that's, like, better than the rest by a lot. That isn't just, like, picking up on an easy blunder that somebody made at 600 elo ever. Like, that doesn't happen.
Now, on that note, Wolfie is like 1400, monster of an opponent. And again, final thoughts will come at the end. Let's focus on the chess right now. The game opens with a Ponziani. This is the Ponziani. Great opening. I have a video, by the way, if anybody's watching this from like the gaming community, not big into chess. I have a video called The Best Beginner Chess Opening. It's a pretty good opening. All right. So Lupo played c3. Black went here. Pawn to d4, which is all very reasonable. This is all the opening. Whether it's memorized or not, it is what it is. The bishop goes to d6. Not a great move. Not a terrible move, but it's, you know, it makes sense. Wolfie's never seen this before, and Wolfie doesn't want to surrender the center of the board. Now, where this game gets interesting is, you know, we have development here, pawn capturing in the center, bishop giving a check to avoid these two pawns pushing forward. In general, having 2 pawns in the center of the board against none is very good, so just keep that in mind.
Look, you can see his advantage right now. So, like, Lupo right now, 1.1 material. He essentially has, like, 1 pawn advantage. Like, a pawn is 1 point. Or, like, tempo also accounts for it, too. Or just, like, positioning, stuff like that. So, like, right now, Lupo's winning for sure.
Here, and now is where something pretty wild happens. The knight goes to the d5 square, which is actually already, as you can see in the top above me, the best move in the position. You know, the knight goes forward. We have a trade.
Dude, I don't see a 600 elo player doing that.
Best move in the position. You know, the knight goes forward.
That's just so not... Like, it's a great move, but it's like, dude, he doesn't even know how to play chess. That's what you do? That's insane. I just feel like... I feel like when I was like 600 elo and like new, I would have been trading pieces.
You have a trade.
But that's not so insane. That's not like so insane.
The knight takes in the middle of the board, which is actually very tricky. The point is that if you take the knight, then there is this, right? And then you lose your queen. But white here has a counter, and the mini lesson here is don't leave your king in the center of the board. This is more a lesson for Wolfie as a 1300. don't leave your king in the center of the board and then open up the position, because after queen a4 check, black just loses, because black is either going to lose the bishop or the knight for free. Lupo doesn't play that. He takes the knight, which is a blunder, and now he loses this. And so from this point forward...
That's it. Okay. That's what you do? You lose your you blunder your queen like a chimpanzee and then win? There's no chance. Like a fucking chimp. That, like, hello?
That he takes the knight, which is a blunder, and now he loses this. And so from this point forward, by his own admission, he is playing while looking at the chat moves, right? That is...
Well, okay, so at the time he didn't know, but he was actually using a chess engine, and he didn't admit it until after this video came out. He wasn't reading chat. He was actually, like, blatantly cheating with an engine that told him, like, the best possible.
That is the admission. He plays a check rather than taking back the bishop. Then he takes back the bishop, and Reddit was all over this particular move because it's, you know, it's ridiculous. Like, it's a really, 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 I mean, it's just a very, very, like, unnatural move. And again, I can sympathize on a human level. I cannot sympathize, or when you participate in these types of events, when you have crossover between a chess event and like a prize money event, even if it's for charity, people get very, very, very upset, and I would argue justifiably so. There is a, you know, prize money involved. It's not really for charity, like the Nikhil Kamath Anand thing. The move played here is pawn to b4, which is a wild, wild move.
Dude, there's a clip of Lupo explaining this move. And he, like, did not explain, like, where's the clip of him explaining this move? Because he's like reviewing this and trying to explain why he did this, why he sacked his pawn, and he doesn't even know why. Like, he's so confident in how he describes why he did it, but he doesn't even understand why. He goes, I had to do it because if I didn't do it, it was gonna get real bad. What in the fuck does that mean? Oh, dude, this is him. This is
boom, 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 boom. I guess.
What? This is him. This is him blundering his queen.
I guess it's time. Oh no!
I didn't even know about this fucking tournament or anything. Okay, but there's a clip of him on Twitter we saw earlier.
This is a pawn sacrifice, but the computer here for white is sacrificing this pawn to open up diagonals, open up straight lines, you know, do stuff like this, and I guess deflect the bishop from hitting the knight. I mean, the computer is obviously very, very strong.
Like, dude, okay, I wouldn't even have made this fucking move. I don't think that Wolfie guy would have made this move. Like, this is an insane move to make. Because, like, as even an intermediate chess player, you don't see, like you're not thinking of tempo. I don't even think that Lupo knows what tempo is. Yeah, can we just all be happy for a moment that I'm reading chat today and paying you guys attention and having a good time? Like, does Lupo even know what tempo means?
So, takes. And to me, the most natural move here is bishop to b2, because that kind of makes sense, because you just opened up the diagonal and maybe you want to then bring the knight. Like, there are moves that I can justify. Moving the rook here is, I don't get. I mean, again, when the move is ultimately played, I can start to appreciate it. Like, the bishop gets out of danger. This is all self-explanatory. Rook blocking the back rank checkmate. All of this kind of makes sense. Now we see that bishop move opening up.
What is tempo? So it's like, tempo is essentially like just your opponent has a move or has a plan that they're trying to do, and then you just do something to kind of like put a fork in that. Fork is a bad word to use. To just like it's like a free move, and it makes them reevaluate or go backwards or just do something that throws them off, because they have time they have to worry about. So do you. So if you can just do something quick, that's just like, it's just like being more efficient than them, right? So like at that moment, the computer evaluated that doing that and making him move his piece there essentially is worth more than losing the pawn. Does that make sense? Like, this is a worse position than they had, basically, is all it's saying. Because his knight was under a lot of pressure, he could have like fucked with it more.
Kind of makes sense because you just moving the rook here is I don't get. I mean, again, when the move is ultimately played,
Nice
I
tempo,
can
Mike.
can start to appreciate it. Like the bishop gets out of danger. This is all self-explanatory. Rook blocking the back rank checkmate. All of this kind of makes sense. Now we see that bishop move opening up, targeting
This is
the
a
queen on the
crazy. This is a crazy move.
F6 square, which was attacking. If you're playing this position with black, what you want to do, the way you want to win when you have an extra queen is you want to trade the rooks off the board. You want to get the rooks off. You want to trade the bishops. You want to trade the bishop for the knight. The less pieces white has, the less of a chance of counterplay they have. And as we see here, black is sort of getting swarmed by the bishop, the knight, the rook, right? All kind of pointing in that direction. But the knight comes back to the c2 square. Right, again, best move in the position, targeting the bishop, and this is an idea, and also this is an idea, right? So there is a monster counterattack being launched at the black king here by the underdog. And at the time of this game, by the way, black blundering a bishop, right? The queen was attacked, the queen moved, and now suddenly white has 3 pieces for a queen. White has activated all of their pieces successfully. They control the position. The king can't even walk up, so black's other rook is not ever entering the game. And the
This is insane for 600 elo. Like, actually fucking crazy.
computer already thinks white is almost better. So now white goes from being a queen down to almost better. Rook comes here. Bishop c3 is a crazy move, stopping checkmate. Wolfie saw a queen sacrifice checkmate possibility because he's really good, very experienced player. And this is perhaps the craziest moment of the game. So this is the moment that, again, there were moments in this game, Reddit was all over. The knight is attacked here. The bishop is attacked. That's not even an attack on the bishop. The bishop is targeted. And, white first plays bishop here. So the bishop gets out of danger.
This is the same guy that blundered his queen like an actual chimp like 3 minutes before this, by the way.
Attacks the
Like,
queen.
the one thing you cannot do in chess is blunder your queen. Like, the game is lost. You lost a queen for nothing. Like, you cannot do that.
Which is defended by the knight. And then on this move, Wolfie just straight up hangs a queen. Now, if you ask me what to do here, I will take the queen in a second. I will not even for a second
Bro,
take the
he
do
lost
anything else
his
because I
queen,
realized
and
that
then
after
he
that I can give a
turned-
check and then take the pawn. We have check instead, and now the best
He just turned down a free queen. Nobody does that. The only time that I have ever, like, even unless it's like a grandmaster that knows like a, like a 10 move mate net or something like that, like, I have never seen someone turn down a free queen unless it's like mate in one,
best move before you take the queen is to give this check. But you see that, right? It's better.
Like,
and
it's
the
like you
reason
see-
for this
you
is
see
if you
free
take
queen, you
this
take
pawn,
free
the king
queen.
has to go to
Everybody
the
takes
back
the
rank.
queen.
Whereas if you take this, black will take with the pawn here, and what will happen then is the king will run forward. The king will be much more active and will not be squished on the back rank. That is the subtle difference between these moves. And we see, obviously, Lupo, by his own admission of reading chat moves, finds the better move. And again, not good. This was not good because when you are a 600 rated, frankly, even when you're 1324, you don't realize how it looks. And even here, not taking the rook with the bit, and ultimately taking the pawn and delivering a checkmate. And I gotta tell you, I'll be totally honest, when I saw this game, I did not have a good feeling in my stomach. I saw the news, there was a big upset, and there are upsets in a streamer tournament all the time because not all streamers play the same amount of games. But when I saw this game, I was like, oh, yeah, this doesn't smell good. And there was another game, like they played 2 games, and this game, from the opening, I think this is playing on your own, right? Like I kind of get it. It's like it looks like a normal game that a regular 600 plays. A lot of people are 600 at chess, but from this game as well, it was like I think even already here, like
He's
castling,
fucked. He's
playing the move
fucked.
pawn to f5.
Does he win this?
The knight is attacking both
Wait, does he win this?
of these pieces,
How is he winning all of a sudden?
etc. And the most impressive sequence of this game comes like somewhere here where we have a rook move to b4, we have a rook move to g4, and then an attack over here, and instead of that, black traps the knight first and then does this, and wins a very convincing game, like a really high level game of chess that looked like if I played Wolfie, I might, I might pull off.
Holy fuck.
And so we have the current situation, right? We have a situation where, like I've already said at the beginning of this video,
Yeah, where's the call to Wolfie? Somebody link me that. So apparently he goes, after saying all that shit, he goes in a call. He gets in a call with the guy that he beat and gaslights him. I need to hear that because, like, dude, people don't understand. Like, this is crazy. This is some shit I do to somebody on fucking Daisy Hashima, bud. So this is before he admitted to it.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can indeed. Hello, hello.
How are you doing?
Good. My man, you and I had some really crazy good games. Those were the best ones that I played today. It was, of course, against the highest ranked person. And I'm sure you didn't instigate it, I'm assuming. But now my chat has had an inundation as well as social media of saying that I cheated against you.
I saw some stuff in my chat. Yeah, I certainly didn't feed into it. But yeah,
I don't think you did.
I did see some messages in my chat about it.
Sorry, I guess I don't know what to say. It sucks because, like, I got shit on it the rest of the day.
Which
Wolfie was being so
it?
nice about it too, and he knows if even if he's 1300 and plays like casually, like similar to like how I do, I guess, like he knows that motherfucker was cheating.
You know, listen, dude, I don't fucking play chess. I have no fucking clue. But I think this is probably why people are.
Well, Jackpot, I'm not attacking you, but Lupo is very loudly and actively against cheating in every game he plays. I promise he isn't going to burn down his entire reputation right now of all times. Nothing against the chess community, but I promise of all people, Lupo isn't going to cheat. 6 months subscriber.
Yeah.
He tells this guy that he wasn't looking at chat, and then he later says he couldn't stop looking at chat, and then he later says it wasn't chat, he was looking at an engine. Because his mental health has been struggling and he stopped going to therapy. What the fuck? And to be fair, the reason that this is so enjoyable for me is because this motherfucker, Lupo, fucked me over so badly like 3 years ago. So this is like super fun for me. Like during all that Tarkov. Oh, wait, remember the Tarkov? Okay. Me and Clean convinced Battlestate to make that Discord and let people report cheaters manually. The point was, and what they promised us they would do, is not ban players just like one-off, but rather collect all the information on accounts that people voted were like very sus, and then send them to BattlEye so BattlEye could use that information to find similarities in their computers and ban them in mass, like actually hardware ban, etc. Blah 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 blah. Battlestate fucked us over, and my name was on the whole thing, but Battlestate fucked us over by not doing that at all and just banning people individually, resulting in like false bans and stuff. And now the whole week when that was like the popular drama of Tarkov community, whatever, Lupo and their like little group of friends were like taking any chance they could get every like 2 minutes to legit shit on me, like super shit on me, like say the most insane shit about me, act like I was like doing it nefariously, sending their chat over to talk shit on me, just absolutely shit on me, say the most insane shit about me. Like I was getting like fucking like death threats and shit. It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. Like he dragged me through the mud for no reason. My only other experience with Lupo was on Bearkey's birthday. We did this like private match thing, and he just kept shitting on me about being like a sweaty video game player, which I think means he has never even seen like my stream or anything. He was just shitting on me the whole time, which was weird. It was so awkward. If you guys watched that stream, it was like many years ago. It was so awkward. It was so awkward. So then the Tarkov anti-cheat thing happened like a year later, and they were just dragging me through the mud for no reason. Like I didn't even know them. It was so weird, man. Like I would not talk about somebody that I didn't know like that, especially when he's streamed for 10 years. He knows his like pull with his community, and when he says something, what it will make people do. That's why you have to be very careful as a streamer not to like go overtly say crazy things, because you know what it'll drive people to do. Now, I'm not like fragile or anything, so I can take it. I don't really give a shit that people are talking shit, but I couldn't even stream. I don't know if you guys remember that time or if you were around back then. I think it was like 2023 maybe, But I couldn't even stream for like 2, 3, 4 weeks. During that time, my chat was just obnoxious. It was just all these random people coming and talking so much shit about stuff that like wasn't even relevant, making up lies, saying all this crazy shit, trying to dox me, trying to like, it was insane. It was fucking insane. And then it got to the point that after like a couple days of this, I reached out to him privately. I should have told him to talk on stream just so he could fucking so yeah, okay, February 27, 2023, I was like, hey, if you have a moment, I'd like to voice call you for like 5 minutes or so. I'd appreciate it. He said on or off stream. I said off. I don't really care. Give me a moment, I'll be able to send him for my local. He's like, call whenever. I talked to him for like 20 minutes, right? So I told him, I was like, look, this is like after like a couple days of this. I'm like, look, I explained all the details. I showed him proof of my messages with Battle State, how like they essentially fucked me over. It was not me doing anything nefarious, obviously, if that wasn't like obvious in the first place. And he was like, at first, he was like, oh, well, you kind of remind me of myself back then when I just started. I get it, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'll do a thing. I'll talk to my stream about it when I go live. I'll let them know that we had it wrong, blah, 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 all this stuff. And then was like cool about it. So Lupo, like in that call, was aside from like that kind of like weirdness, was like seemed receptive to it and said he was gonna like tell his chat and like kind of squash it, which was like, okay, thanks, dude, appreciate it. And then I told him that I was gonna write like a write-up for like a YouTube video I was gonna make, and he was gonna like let me know what he thought. He said, yeah, dude, send it to me and I'll let you know what I think, blah blah blah. Like, been there, dude, I get it. Sent it to him, never answered me. Never told his chat about any of the stuff that we talked about, kept shitting on me just because it was just like easy and like just kind of riding the drama content. Like he just lied straight up to me in that call and then just fucked me over, unfollowed my ass on Twitter and just kept shitting on me. So like even since back then, and Lupo like this throughout the years is always like everybody always said, like, he does so much for charity, he's such a nice guy, family guy, blah blah blah, never has any drama, blah blah blah. So it's like I can't even fucking like it's like, who do you even, you know, it's like, what do I just say this? It's like, what do I, you know what I mean? It's just like, I just seem like the fucking asshole. But I've always had a fucking problem because of that, because he fucked me over, dude. I didn't do anything to this guy. Seeing him lie and all this shit, being the person I knew he was. Like, a lot of these streamers behind closed doors are the fakest people, and it's always the motherfuckers that go overtly out of the way to prove to everyone how good of a guy they are or how humble they are. Like, these are the shittiest people. These are the it's always the guys that like the family men with the fuck, you know, the blah blah blah, like, these are shitty people, man. So why was Lupo even mad at you? Because BSG false banned people? How was that your fault? Well, it was just like the hot thing, dude. Like, streamers ride hype waves, and a lot of people wait to see the public's opinion before they generate an actual opinion, right? So part of the reason I feel like I'm so easy to have like controversy with or hate or whatever is like I just kind of say what the fuck I think, and a lot of the time I'm wrong, but it's like my opinion. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? We all have wrong opinions. It's just yours don't get blasted out to a bunch of people. But like a lot, like most big streamers, 95+% of big streamers, they don't have any actual opinions. They just wait until they see what everybody else thinks. Like, that GOAT video was a big example. I think that GOAT guy that made that cheating video is a fucking asshole, dude. Like, I'm glad that people know there's cheaters in Tarkov, whatever, I get it. That guy sucks though, like, I don't care. But like, all these, nobody had an opinion on it till they realized that all the Tarkov players were fucking outraged. Yeah, probably Kwani. But till they realized that all the Tarkov players were outraged, and then like all these big streamers are like, oh yeah, fucking yeah, this shit's the best thing ever, you know? Yeah, Summit always gets in trouble for stating his opinion too. Summit's real as fuck, man. Of all like the big streamers I know, Summit's very real, which is cool. I appreciate that. But it's just like, come on, dude. Did they die? All right, I should stop yapping. All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Dude, welcome back.
What have you uncovered?
So what's the verdict? The judge, the jury.
I had to state my piece, dude. You know.
Give it to me. I want to hear it.
No, you don't.
Why not?
Too much yapping about. Too much to yap about, bud.
There's not a one-line TLDR.
Oh, the chest thing? Oh yeah, that was straight. That was bad. That's all.
Straight ass. No further comment.
No further comment, Your Honor.